welcome back to art class. Today we're going to be wrapping up our illuminated letters. Okay. First I want to start off with, you should be pretty well set for your basic design. You can still work it today. In fact, I recommend that you tweak things and make sure they're the way you need them to be, as I got some drawing that I need to touch up here as well. As we're going through, try not to overload your picture with too much, like too busy of a background. But one thing I did notice from the people who had turned in their assignment last week, like I asked them to so I could take a quick look at it, was that many people did basically exactly the same thing I did. Remember, mine was just an example, so I shouldn't see about 100 copies of my letter M with snakes on it and the same kind of borders. Remember, this is a border. You can look online and see thousands of different kinds of borders. Maybe you want flowers in the corners, and then you have little grass clippings everywhere. It could be any number of things. So if you want to make a change, this would be the time to do it before we start the coloring process. Okay. One of the reasons why that wanted you to wait on the assignment for coloring is not only for you to think about doing any other design that you needed, but also because I wanted to go over the illuminated part, because that's the tricky part about this. Is just coloring this is not going to count for calling it illuminated letters. Okay, so there's a couple ways we can go about doing this. One way is I'm using colored pencils for the majority of the coloring. And so you can too. If you want to use something else, you can, but what's nice about colored pencils is these give you a pretty good range. Now, where the illuminated part comes in. Now, I do have personally this kind of metal gray Sharpie marker. Some of you might have gel pens that have a metal color. We're looking for one of two colors, either the silver color or a gold color, because those are the two standard illuminated metals that they would use inside a manuscript. And what you would do is you're going to pick like somewhere that would be illuminated. For me, I want my M to be the illuminated part, but I'm not going to use my Sharpie here because I want my letter to be gold. And I don't actually own a gold marker or a gold colored pencil, but I can approximate the gold by mixing a little bit of yellow and a little bit of brown. If you happen to have a fancy pen that has those colors, or you have a marker that uses it, or maybe you have one of those thin brush that has a metallic look, you may use those for your illuminated part. Don't go crazy with yours, but you will want to pick some things that would be illuminated. In my case, I want my letter to be, but maybe you'd want part of your border to be illuminated. Maybe you'd want part of your drawing in the background to be illuminated. It depends on what your picture is and what it needs. Okay, I can't say without looking at it, so you'll have to make that judgment on your own. So from this point, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of speed the video along as I'm coloring, and you can just kind of watch how it happens. I don't really have that much new stuff except about the illuminated part, and I'm going to go ahead and do that first. I'm going to work on my M, and I'm going to do it in fast forward mode for you. All right, and I'll see you at the end. So if you notice, I don't have too much white spaces or anything like that. Leaving sections of white unless it's really, really well needed, it won't look quite right. So it's best to like do what I did, and I picked a really light color just to kind of fill in, and so it looked like it was finished. And once you're done, I need you to snap a photo, crop it, and then upload it to Google Classroom. And then I'll see you next week.